Good evening, passengers and crew, and welcome to another choozily boozily episode of Blood from the Stone, a tale of love and dread in RPG. Hi, my name's Philip, and I'm your Dreadmaster, and ensconcing me are our wonderful players for the evening. Say, all aboard, players!
All aboard, players.
Oh my god, it's been so much better before, and that was just such a bad one.
Hey, well, your intro wasn't super great either.
No, that's
so.
what I'm talking about.
Oh.
Philip, if every time can't be the best time.
That's true. If every time were the best time, then it's like the best times wouldn't be special. Yeah, once again, Lauren.
The best time is yet to come.
Well, there you go. Oh, you said the best time. You said the best time is yet to come, is what you said.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you said something else.
No. I was just referencing Frank Sinatra.
I kind of didn't hear is yet to and heard like.
There we go. Great.
Is
cool.
full of. Anyway, everyone. You just would not believe what we were talking about right before we went live. It was just. I mean, it's just what we're always talking about. Oh man, how's everyone doing tonight? Other than tired.
I'm not tired.
Well, some
I'm
of us
kind
are.
of tired.
Yeah.
Tired.
I've
I'm
been
always
tired
tired.
for the last 4 weeks because I was sick. I'm happy to have energy.
I feel like you've been tired for years.
That is true.
She really jumped on that. She was
like, damn right.
She was willing to change her argument in response to that.
Unless you're saying that I looked tired for years, in which case, we're gonna fight.
I would never say to a woman as fixated on her own appearance as you are, I would never say you look anything other than great. Are you kidding me?
Thank you.
I have no death wish.
I just love the jab he just snuck in there too. Like, damn.
Fine. All I heard was, I look great.
That's all you need to hear.
You're like, oh my god, so you're saying I look amazing? Thank you. That's so nice of you. Well, I don't have a little box of fun to open, so all I do have is to show you that despite a dreadstorm last week, one that brought the shores of what used to be the marshes of the grave right up to the train and stopped it in its tracks. Despite that happening last week, we're already at 2 o'clock on the dread clock. Ooh, 2 o'clock on the dread clock. I guess if I go far in that direction, it's also almost invisible. So, that being said, last week was a rather eventful session. As opposed to usual when nothing happens. In last week's session, several of our members attempted a seance. One that was kind of fucked from Jump Street, and due to that dreadstorm occurring, the medium who was to perform the seance, the sort of freelancer who works for the Dreadland Express, was not present, and instead Reginald and Astrid have wound up with ghosts in their brains because it was a ghost performing the seance. Also, there was a strange sphere, a sort of a crystal ball, in the middle of the car that was conjured specifically for the seance, and that crystal ball was looking somewhere. Someone was watching this from another place. Someone with either the face of a skull or wearing a skull mask. It was not determined, but several of you spotted that in the time. The medium was killed in the process. Reginald and Astrid seemingly were freed of the control that was taken by two ghosts, Sibalia Sibiana in the case of Reginald, and Deliria Renee in the case of Astrid. However, it was then revealed that both ghosts are still present in their former hosts. Astrid asked if any... Oh, also it was sort of something is going on with Astrid. Even the medium said Astrid is not a sort of typical human. Astrid then actually wound up running off after asking Rawlings, Bullock and Plantain if any of them would like to go back to her room for some fun time. I forget what term she used. Rejuvenation, I think, is the word she was using. And they all said, nah. So Astrid has gone farther back in the train, away from the first class carriages where you all are. The rest of you returned to see how things were going with Zeke, Medina, and the Boxer. The answer to that is eventfully, because Medina went back to her room to fetch her sword, which she strapped onto herself, but then, through some bad luck, she tapped her ghost button right when the seance was going hairy, and whatever kind of standard creepy old lady ghost was supposed to haunt her was supplanted by Jason, the ghost who has been haunting Medina since she first showed up in this place several months ago, although in game time it's been a few weeks probably. Jason pulled Medina out into the water, tried to drown her. The Boxer, to Zeke's surprise, ran through the wall of the train. He was really just breaking the window, and just kind of like, it wasn't a there wasn't like a Boxer-shaped entry hole, it wasn't like a Looney Tunes exit, but the Boxer managed to break through the train wall, swim down, get Medina, bring her back up. Medina, however, did lose the sword in the process, and she and the Boxer continued to have genuinely not flirtatious banter after that, as he didn't want to get in trouble for CPRing her or holding her the wrong way, and just wonders why everyone keeps telling him that he's wrong. Everyone just gives him the hardest time between Medina and Zeke. This poor guy. Oh, all he wants to do is not get shot by the Soldier of Fortune. That's his whole thing. So, Medina, Zeke, the Boxer, in varying degrees of being completely soaked through, met with the others in the first class lounge, at which point, suddenly, Diana Dare, the intrepid monsterling girl detective, arrived before them, the great detective having shifted again, to inform them that she had solved the mystery, but at that point, the lights went out and a blood-curdling scream echoed through the lounge. That is where we'll be picking up in just one moment. But first, we have the invocation for tonight's game. Chapter 127 of Blood from a Stone, A Tale of Love and Dread. In RPG, Dan, this one is for you, by request. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can.
Hell yeah.
What?
What do you think I want you to do?
Roll a d13.
I really do. I really do. I really
It is
want
now
you.
in a really pretty prison, though.
You're in your rose gold prison?
Yes. Well, I'm not. The d13 is.
Well,
4.
4. Maybe this will finally be a new one. Oh, it is a new one. Good job.
Thank you.
All right. So, the lights. Sorry, guys. The music is not spooky enough. Hold on. Yeah, okay, that's a little better. So, as you all stand there in the darkness, the rain still sort of subsiding outside, you hear the scream. The power comes back on. Diana Dare is gone. In her place is a small, kind of also sort of slimy goblin kind of puppet-like creature. He's wearing a trench coat with a fedora. Kind of looking at all of you like he's ready to punch someone in the mug, although he's only 2.5 feet tall. The lights are flickering back on, and in the middle of the room, you see the corpse of the conductor, no longer animated, no longer moving. The still, lifeless body, I'll rephrase that, the still, unanimated body of the conductor is lying in the middle of the floor. And once again, just like the body of Penwith, there is a knife protruding from his chest. He's on his back, kind of this way, and sort of whatever sort of weird, not quite real light of animation you see in the undead eyes of a wight like him is gone.
Oh my god, was that there before? Was he there before?
No, he wasn't there before. He's been murdered.
Like just right now?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, didn't you see
When
the lights
else
go
would it
out?
be?
You hear somebody scream? He's been murdered, see?
But is this a new persona we have
For
with
sure.
our fine detective over here? I mean, excuse me. You're the same as you always been.
Yeah, that's what I thought you said, see?
Just remind us again, who are you?
I'm Nick Heron.
Of course you are.
I'm a private eye.
Well, maybe you're the one doing all the murdering if you're so associated with it.
Please, if I was the one doing the murdering, I wouldn't be leaving the bodies to be found in such a way as this.
That sounds like what a murderer would do.
You're all washed up.
Wait a minute. Your other iteration or whatever said that they solved the murder. Do you share?
I did solve the
information?
murder, at least. I solved it until this happened. This has thrown the whole thing out of whack.
So you didn't
So
solve it then.
you didn't solve the
I
murder.
feel as useless
Exactly.
as tits on a bull.
Well, maybe you are.
I don't understand the term
I'll
phrase.
figure it out. I just gotta get punched repeatedly.
milk.
Then I'll have it figured out. All right,
Oh,
don't you worry.
now I wish I didn't understand the term phrase.
Nobody touch the body. Let me look at it. And kind of the little trench-coated puppet kind of goes over and starts inspecting. Yeah, well, I see a lot of decay on the body. Of course, it makes it hard when he's been dead for so many years already. Oh, boy.
Good point.
I can't even tell if this knife is what killed him, because he was dead long before he ever saw the knife. Now, that's a mystery wrapped in a riddle, rolled up inside an enigma.
What does the knife look like? Did we see it?
Yes, if you'd like to, why don't you make a roll and investigate on the knife?
Is there anything magical or otherwise strange about this knife?
Why don't you make, let's have you do an analyze, and you can add your occult, so you're going to have a huge on this one, sir.
Yeah, 25, I'm fine, yeah.
25.
I thought I failed, but I forgot the system. It's a 51.
A 51 is
Ooh, shit.
you succeeded about as well as you could.
Yeah.
The knife is in terms of kind of the look of the knife, it is not one you recognize, but it has something that you recognize on it. It appears to be a long blade with a slight curve, sort of slender. It doesn't appear to be like a fighting weapon, and you notice that on the beautiful handle, inlaid in the pearl, is the icon logo of the Dreadland Express. As for what you notice, Rawlings, this knife does not appear to be, like, you're not seeing, like, mystic sigils or anything on it, but you do suspect that it is probably a, I know this is more a D&D term, but just to put it in terms that you, Dan, will understand, this is definitely some kind of, like, +1 knife, you know?
Yeah.
It has like that. It has like the magic energy on it, but it is not like it doesn't have like special mystic stuff, no spell casting. It is the kind of it is been treated in such a way that it can harm things that might not be harmed by conventional weaponry. It's that kind of magic.
I would like to pull the boxer aside.
Okay, you can pull the boxer aside.
So, I don't think that this is as safe as you were thinking, and I'm not trying to make a dig at you. I promise.
Also, well, I didn't think you were until you just said that. Now I am like worried. Like,
I just didn't want you to think I'm trying to start a fight or anything. Here, listen. That knife has the insignia of the Dreadland Express.
It does?
Yeah.
Okay, but like, tell me one thing really quick. What does insignia mean?
Like the logo of it.
Why do you say logo?
Because insignia, it's just the same thing, but
It's
a
fine.
different
You're fine.
word.
It's fine. It's fine.
You know
Go
what?
ahead.
You learned something new today. There you go. So maybe these employees, I don't know why they have daggers with the logo on it, but I don't know. What should we stick with the group? Should we go on our own? What?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe we should get out of here. This is like, as you said, it's not safe. Oh wait, it's flooding outside.
You know what I mean? Like, get out of here when we can.
Yeah. No, I'm just pointing out. It's flooding, and I only know how to swim because of training.
Okay, well, I appreciate that. Glad you
Isn't that
know how to swim.
how anyone knows how to swim?
Oh, sorry. I mean boxing. It's like I trained to box by swimming, so I only know how to swim by virtue of knowing how to box.
Yeah, like dry land and
Makes sense.
wetland
Yeah.
workouts,
These guys get it. Yeah.
versatile things that you
Oh,
do.
I think what he was saying is he was like how would anyone know how to swim if they didn't train how to swim? So
Oh,
like, I get what he's saying.
That's fair.
While this conversation's going on, Rawlings, I'll just say that we're just, based on who just talked, we'll say Reginald and Preston are near where Medina was with the boxer they've pulled themselves in. Rawlings and Everett, you guys are more sort of closer to the detective who's sort of looking around and looking at this body and saying, of course, there's probably a lot of people who wanted to kill this guy. I mean, he was so uptight, you know. How many undead wouldn't mind moving up in the ladder a little bit?
Wait, does something happen?
You're talking to other people right now.
Oh, right.
Is your working theory that it's something to do with it's just job security and personal gain?
My working theory is that if I just keep throwing myself into the problem, I'm going to find a guilty party, and after they punch me repeatedly, I'll solve the case, I'll crack it wide open. That's how I operate.
That seems very inefficient.
You know, well, it's an inefficient business, what can I say? Every time
You're gonna
I only
have
got
a
on this
punch
train 'cause
epiphany.
this dame walked in with legs that went all the way up to her hips. Next thing
Doesn't
I know, I'm
everybody's
here.
legs go up to their hips?
Yeah.
Well, I'm just more interested in why you want to be punched so much.
Oh, I don't want to be punched. I'm just telling you, it's what always happens. I can't control my mouth, and at some
Wait,
point or another,
do
I'm gonna
you
say the
think
wrong
that-
thing. What?
No, I mean, do you think that maybe if it's what always happens, then subconsciously you're trying to go get punched because
I'm not trying to get punched. It's just what always happens to me.
right, but
I think you can
why
stop
do you... Yes, I think maybe secretly you like it, or you feel like it's part of your process.
You know, this sounds like something called victim blaming, which, based on when I'm from, is usually what I usually do. But the point is, no, I don't like to get punched. But I just got too big a heart not to stick my nose where it doesn't belong. I gotta pay the consequences. But I always get my man. Or
Have
in
you
very
ever
real
been told
cases-
that you say a lot of really upsetting things?
Where'd you come? Oh boy, there's so many people around here. All right, now let me just do a little bit more investigating, because like I said, I had a working theory, but it's out the window. Just like, oh yeah, it's raining still. All right.
Preston, my good man, all this murder has me quite stressed. Would you like a drink from the bar?
The bartender is standing in this car where you are. Has been standing here the whole time.
I'll take a drink.
Undead.
Let's
grin
go.
Rictus, just as the two of you sort of step there, just smiles.
What will you be having, Preston? On me, of course.
Bourbon on the rocks.
Wait, before you go, hey, bartender. Oh, wait. Oh, so
there is a bar in this car.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought
There's-
he was just standing. Okay.
There's always been, there's like a small bar in this car where the bartender sort of just is always waiting. So the bartender's there pouring.
Miss Lake, did you want anything?
Actually, can I get... Is there, like, fresh citrus on the bar by any chance?
What an interesting question. There is, in fact, a good deal of fresh citrus nearby.
Ooh.
Okay, is there lemon?
We'll say make a luck roll for it.
Trying to determine what kind of drink to order with the citrus.
I understand.
24.
A luck roll is a D13, my friend.
Shit! I forgot. 7.
With a 7, I will say that yes, there are both lemons and oranges.
Okay, and they're whole, right?
There are some that are whole, yes.
Okay.
Ooh, tell you what, Medina, do a look roll for me.
I like this tower a lot.
Good.
29.
29.
Which is
What is your look gauge?
10. Oh, wait, 40 to 60.
So you have rolled outside of your gauge. Your 29 is below 40. So you're trying to roll between 40 and 60. So you try to look, but you just can't see from your vantage. So you ask for what? You can see there's some full lemons and oranges. You don't know if there's any like already cut up on a cutting board. You can't see from where you are. So what are you gonna ask for?
Can I get a bee's knees? And I would like to watch him cut the lemon if
Understood.
he cuts the lemon and see what he cuts it with.
You notice that he grabs some honey, some gin, and then he picks up a lemon wedge, already cut, and begins to sort of spritz that in and starts to mix the drink up.
For the record, it requires at least like an ounce of lemon juice. So it would be at least half a lemon.
It would not be half a lemon, it would be a quarter of a lemon, it would be 2 wedges.
Okay, fine. Well, it depends on how juicy the lemon is. My lemons aren't juicy. It's a weird thing to say.
Thanks, everyone. That's hey! I'm not touching that one. Oh boy, hey.
I love Dan's face. He's like,
Preston just takes a long
Actually,
sip
if he does that, then
bourbon.
I'm gonna say, actually, can I get a fresh lemon? They're more juicy, you know.
He drops it, picks up a lemon, reaches over to sort of like some kind of a little bowl of some handles, and his hand kind of passes through nothing. And then he pauses, and then he kind of reaches over and grabs a knife kind of from the back of like a little glass thing that has knives and zesters and things in it. Cuts the lemon.
Okay.
Juices it with his undead hand. Anyway, he makes you a bee's knees.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. Very.
Make an investigation roll, Medina, and if you'd like to widen this before you do it, you certainly can do so.
I would not.
Okay.
My power is limited. 97. Failed.
97. I will say that you're trying to see what's going on and that he squeezes it and lemon juice gets in your eye and you're just like, I don't know what's happening. Yeah, you got no idea.
Okay, fuck.
But you did notice that he reached over. I don't know. Preston and Reginald, you guys were also there. Were either of you watching that, you think?
Probably not, no.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna say probably not.
Fair enough. So meanwhile,
Is the boxer watching?
make a luck roll. Roll a d13 on behalf of the boxer.
Yeah. A 12.
A 12?
Oof.
The boxer, you lucky little Medina. The boxer will sort of lean into you, Medina, and go, hey, I know that you're like just randomly getting a drink. You just got squirted in the eye, which, but
Elbow.
oh damn, no, it was like a cum shot joke. But listen, Medina, No, I just like accidentally, you just accidentally, like, I thought of something. Cause like you asked him for a fresh lemon, and there's a guy who's been stabbed here, right? And you would have noticed this, but when he went to reach for the knife, his hand like automatically went to something that wasn't there.
Yeah.
So like maybe he's missing a knife. Maybe it's the knife that's in the dead guy, who like the already dead guy.
I am so glad that you caught that, because I was thinking that maybe they'd have like matching daggers, but that's even really that's even better that you saw that. Can I also get some water, please? Sorry.
He picks up some water and pours you a glass, and then picks up a lemon wedge and drops it in.
Okay. Okay, thank you. And she'll just turn to him with her eye closed and be like, yeah. That's well noted. Do you? And she'll like grab the bee's knees and be like, thank you, and scoot away with the boxer.
Okay.
And say, okay, so what's the assumption that we're making from this? That I don't know if he did.
I don't know. I'm just saying that maybe whoever did grabbed that knife from there when the lights went out.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay. Well, maybe we've got more information than what's their name? The investigators.
Oh.
Is it an individual person?
The great detective? I don't know what's going on with that.
Well, because it's like 1 million people.
It's fucking
So
weird.
it's like one person when we refer to them.
Do whatever
Is it a
you want.
group?
I don't really care.
Is it just the individual person? Okay, well, I'm just trying to be polite. Here, do you want some water?
Yeah, I can hydrate.
Okay.
Oh, it's got lemon in it. That's good.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Nick Heron is kind of turning to Rawlings and Plantain, saying, all right, I'm going to need everyone to just cut out the malarkey. Where were you when this was going down? I mean, I know you were standing here. You were standing right in front of me. Explain.
Yes, basically, I was right here, yes.
Yeah, but what'd you hear? Where were you? What'd you notice? Was anybody in a different position when the lights came on? How long you think those lights were off anyway? You think it was just 3 seconds? You think it was more like 5? You think it was maybe 10? How much movement was going on? What'd you hear? What happened? I want to hear what everyone has to say about it, because I got my own conclusions on the matter.
What do we know?
Yeah.
I'm saying this as Zane. No.
Oh, what do you know? You will be making some listen rolls to determine, in fact. So,
could I make a roll to see if I remember if anyone was in a different position?
Yes, or basically you can make a roll to sort of like think on these things. So, if you would like to determine if anyone's in a different position, I'm not sure if this is one of your. This is not your absolute forte, but it's a good point. I would like you to do actually a navigate. I think that's unless you'd like to pitch a different one, but I think that's a pretty. Or it's navigate or track. You have the same for both. Yeah.
Well, I barely failed.
Barely failed.
77.
Oh, that's a heart. You want to re-roll that? It's a heartbreaker. So close.
No.
Fair enough. So Rawlings, you cannot tell. Everyone was already kind of in such a mass in such a way that you really can't recall if anyone was like notably in a different place when the lights came back on. Everett, what would you like to roll as you sort of consider this? You could do a listen to try to see if you heard any interesting sounds.
Do a listen.
A listen? Give me a listen.
Nope. Nope, baby.
There was just too much hubbub.
I'll also roll a listen.
Also roll a listen. Reginald Smuggles, please give me a listen.
64.
A 64 is within your listen. Oh, God, but I just wish that you'd rolled one higher. That would have been so cool.
Oh, yeah.
65. All right. With a 65, or a 64 rather, Reginald, you are sure that, you often have very acute hearing when you're not moving and your kind of servos in your head aren't running so loud. You are very confident that you did hear some swift steps on the carpet. And you also heard you basically heard some step. Maybe something. You heard a thud, which you assume was the body. And then a couple seconds after that, you heard a click.
Click.
You did hear a click a little after that.
Ooh.
Preston is just sitting next to Reginald. So, how was that whole thing? Having another consciousness shoved into your body.
It was actually kind of pleasant. She was, I don't know, such a good energy. And,
Really?
I'm quite polite. I don't mind sharing my body if someone else really needs it.
Mhm.
But
I'm not going to dig deeper into the implications of that statement.
I mean, you can take it whatever way you need, Preston. Whatever way you need.
I think I will. Thank you very much.
I have a question. The ghost that's inside me, how present is she in, like...
At this moment, in fact, I can't... Did we even... I'm not sure that... Have we said that you have already done a system analysis?
Yes.
Okay, so you are aware the ghost is there. The ghost is doing nothing. You just know the code is there, so it's kind of lurking. It's like
I know she's still, like, inside me somewhere.
you know she's still there. You know she could crop up at any time. But unlike Astrid, Sibalia Sibiana has not addressed you since sort of going dormant.
Talk with her later.
Yeah. As this is going on, however, the detective will say, he kind of asks, Everett and Rawlings, and you guys can sort of say what you're both thinking. I think also, just for the record, you all think that the lights were off for around between 10 and 15 seconds. Maybe some of you are sort of estimating way longer, but it begins a consensus. The detective will say, "What about you? What about you?" He'll turn to Reginald. "Mr. Fancy Pants? You hear anything? You see anything? Notice anything out of the ordinary? Before the lights came on, we saw our dear departed conductor."
Well, it was certainly hectic when the lights went off, but I do believe I heard some fast movement and a strange clicking noise.
Oh, you really got a
But I can't tell from where.
Yeah. What are you, a bunny rabbit? You got a real set of ears on you, huh?
That's enhanced ears.
A clicking sound, huh? That's interesting. Was it a click like the click of a gun? Was it a click like a stiletto heel walking down the pavement?
Is there anything I can roll to, like,
To describe
determine,
the
like-
click? Sure. I'll
like,
tell you
would
what.
I know? Like, would I know what kind? What...
Give me go to your will. Give me a compose create.
Yeah, okay.
Let's see how evocative you can be to sort of explain the click.
Does Medina hear this?
Yes, we'll say that you're hearing this.
I got a 55.
A 55. That is within your thing. So I'll say that you can describe it in a, because you get the idea that this guy really loves to use flowery kind of, or not flowery, but real like overwrought metaphors, So you can describe it as like the click of knowing the woman you've loved. It's the click of the notary signing the marriage documents of the woman you love to another man. He's like, I understand exactly what you mean. Yeah. Thanks for
Can
putting it in
Medina
terms
just
I did."
start opening like things that are in the...
There are not too many there's not too much cabinetry in here other than back behind the bar. There are the windows, and then there are the doors that lead out of the space.
Okay. Can she just be like, did it sound like this? Did it sound like this?
If you open close windows and stuff like that, the doors, that does not make any sounds that you hear, no. That doesn't match anything that Reginald has described.
I think after I tell him what I heard, I'd also like to investigate the room, I guess, and maybe try to find out what the clicking might be.
Understood. Yeah, why don't you do an investigate roll, Reginald? That's under your intellect.
And are we sure it's the knife that killed this thing, the conductor?
We're not sure of anything. Like I said, he was dead long before he ever got on this train.
Right, so, does anybody know how you kill something that is undead? You just re-kill it, or how does that work?
There's one.
What are the mechanics of this?
There's
Okay.
a few different things. Rawlings could actually sort of start answering that if he wanted to, but Reginald, what did you roll?
I got a 42.
A 42. A 42 is within your gauge for that. If you start looking around trying to find anything that could have made that click, Medina is kind of opening things haphazardly. You look at every You look at every door, every handle. You're almost eventually, the two of you are maybe working in tandem as she's doing the opening, and you're like, it was more this. I think it was positioned here. You do not find a point in this room from what you've looked at so far where the click could happen. However, because you have succeeded at it, based on where you were standing, you feel like the click happened like very close to the body. The click wasn't like behind you. You're pretty sure the click was very close to where the conductor still lays on the ground.
Meaning the perpetrator might have made the clicking noise. Whatever made the noise might be on them. I'm gonna say I said that to Medina.
Okay.
Just so I don't have to repeat it again.
Can I ask the investigator?
Nick
Can
Heron
we-
is the name. You can call me Nick. You can call me Mr. Heron. Just
Okay,
don't call me late for dinner. Or don't call me an asshole. I don't like that either.
Okay. Can we investigate the body, the clothes, see if there's anything in there?
We'll get to that, honey. Don't worry. But what do you remember from the
Medina,
lunch?
don't call me honey.
Oh, gotcha. She just turned it around on me. I kind of threw something at her, and she turned it right back at me. That's fast footwork. What are you, some kind of boxer?
That's the other guy.
Oh yeah,
actually.
this guy. Oh, this guy too. There's a lot of pugilists on you. Man, we should put some money on a fight. You know what I mean? I could make a couple bucks, but then someone will wind up punching me. Every boxing match I ever went to, I was never in the ring, but I'm always the one who gets punched in the kisser.
Is there like a switch somewhere around here or a button or something that can make a clicking sound?
Real good question. But what do you remember, Medina? Medina.
The lights were on, and then they were off.
So
for about 15
what would you like to roll in your investigative way? You and Preston have not gone yet. Everett was just like, Everett and Rawlings were kind of like, too much business.
Can I roll a track?
You can roll the set. Yeah, that's what Rawlings did. So you could make a track roll. I'm fine with that. Track in the track.
I did
50
navigate.
system. Oh, you did navigate. Oh, okay, sure. You could do a track. Maybe it'll be maybe Rawlings was more positionally oriented. Yours is around people around. What do you got?
Oh, 36.
36 is within your gauge. Among you guys, the only person who was in a considerably different position is the boxer. The boxer started sort of further back. When the lights came out, the boxer was suddenly like much closer to you, in front of you.
Can I look around for like hidden compartments of any kind?
We have not looked for hidden compartments as of yet. They've investigated all the sort of doors and windows that they see, but no one's trying to find a hidden space yet. Medina?
She's just gonna say the lights were on, then they were off for about 10-15 seconds, and the scream happened during that time, and then he was dead.
All right. What about you? He turns to Preston. Preston, is there anything you'd like to roll for the time that the lights were off?
For the time the lights were off.
You can do this is stuff like analyze. You could even do a detect vibe. If it's a weirder one, I don't really know what your strengths are.
It's all look, listen.
Okay, then you could do your own look or listen, or maybe you could do a look. You can see if you if noticed what limited shadows were here.
All right, I'll do that.
Cool. Oh, and Medina, I should add that the other person who was, of course, in a different position was the conductor. The conductor was kind of standing between the two groups as they were coming together. Then the detective walked up from behind Rawlings, Bullock, Plantain, and Smuggles, and then when they were down, the conductor was sort of dead still in the center, boxer in front of you. Everybody else basically where they were. Bullock.
I got a 33, which is within my look.
33 is within your look. I will say that you noticed a lot of shadows passing, kind of in what limited light was coming in from the stuff. You definitely saw like a distinctive shadow pass in front of the windows, letting in a little bit of light from the darkness outside. You saw no shadows passing after the body fell.
Can I look around, like outside the train, see if there's like somewhere that the map could have been thrown from?
Oh, interesting. Yeah, go ahead and why don't you do an investigation roll to that point?
Where's investigation?
It's under your intellect.
Oh, all right. That's not looking very good. We'll see how it goes.
Did anybody else? I know there's kind of this is one where everyone's trying to do a million different things. So was there anybody else in the midst of any point or question or
Almost 32. My gauge is a 38.
You kind of look around and you can't really determine how you would even determine how an angle would come through. Very sorry.
Still cold outside.
Still, yeah, the rain seems to be letting up a bit at this point. So Heron is going, well, that's interesting. That's real interesting. Yeah. See, you heard a clicking noise. You saw a shadow moving in the lights, but nothing afterwards. We heard running up before, but then a click. Yeah. You know, you keep asking me a question. You keep asking me a question about what could kill a thing like this, right?
I did ask that question, yeah.
Yeah. What could kill someone who's already dead, huh? Because the answer typically isn't a knife. Unless it's a very magical, special kind of knife. He kind of pauses and says, yeah. Here's a question. Mr. Smuggles.
Yes.
That clicking sound you heard sound anything like this? And he grabs the knife and he kind of moves it up and then stabs it in. And sure enough, as he stabs the knife into the body, you hear this.
Yes, that's it.
Well, you are a sadomasochist. This is disgusting.
Yeah, it is disgusting. It's murder. He pulls the knife out and then opens the coat to reveal the conductor's ticket counter that the knife was stabbing into. That means somebody put the knife in after he was already down on the ground.
Maybe it was somebody who didn't have a ticket.
Yeah.
I think we should check who has a ticket on this train.
But I didn't see anything moving after he fell.
Is it possible that the conductor might reanimate later?
I suppose all things are possible. Hey, excuse me there, barkeep. The barkeep is just meanwhile back there making drinks. Hey, is this conductor, you guys got any kind of, well, not first aid, but last aid for folks of your kind who aren't alive anymore and need to become unalived again? He kind of steps out from behind the bar, gives you a nod, and he leaves the cabin.
I think perhaps one he could give us, if he's able to come back to life, one he could give us some kind of, some sort of insight into what happened, who might want to attack him. What another possibility is that he is one in cahoots with someone and is trying to allay suspicion on himself.
Very interesting indeed. Rawlings, with your knowledge of the undead, or of the macabre and arcane and occult, I would actually like for you to make a calculate roll. Let's actually put. You can put your occult on, but because this is a very specific thing, we're going to lessen the gauge slightly. So right now you have a 40 gauge, which is huge. But it's going to go down by not much, by just 2. So you got like a 38 gauge at present.
84, so technically that's within the 38 gauge.
84 is right within the 38 gauge. It's kind of you're sort of, so we'll say that you're maybe not super precise with it, but you're trying to think of things that can that are known to kill the undead, that are known to like stop the undead and also might, restart them. Obviously, necromantic magic could cause an undead to sort of come back to life. Somebody could reanimate, re-raise this. If there's any necromancers on the train, that would help. Things that could shut it down is also certain kinds of necromancy, but also the main stuff you're thinking of are like holy magics, are things that are basically there to the only things that could like shut down an undead the way that he seemingly was would either be something that is aggressively in the world of controlling undead, so some kind of necromantic artifact or spell, or something that is very holy.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. I see there's 2 questions here. Yes, Medina,
Moses
what is yours?
First.
Oh yeah, Moses, what do you have?
He was first.
Could I use my cyborg systems to parlay with the ghost inside me for maybe knowledge on this?
If you would like to parlay with Sibalia Sibiana, well,
I mean, I got a ghost in me, man.
okay. Are you going to step aside? Or are you going to do this right here?
I'll step a little bit away.
You kind of step
just
to
be,
one side of the
just
thing.
to be polite.
Well, so as you're walking over there, Medina, what is it you're trying to do?
Would Medina know about the cocktail a corpse reviver?
I mean, I guess so. I don't know. That's it. Like that's kind of not even a luck. Would she know about that? She's like 20.
She's a college student. Yeah.
College student. Like, are college? I'm saying, are college students?
I knew about it.
At 21, you did.
I did.
Fair enough. In my experience, college students were not up on all of the cocktails. They were up on.
I mean, she already ordered a
beer.
beef.
She already ordered a bee's knees. It would be very rude to order another cocktail. But Medina, I would say that if you think Medina would know the drink, you could ask for it. Although now you can't because the bartender's gone.
Yeah. Okay. Just wondering.
So Reginald, you're going to step aside. So you are going to try to use your cyborg systems, which is something that you do have a bit of you have a good bit of acumen with this. So, I would like for you to do a go ahead and roll a calculate, but we're going to increase your gauge. So currently you're trying to roll between a 27 and a 73.
All right. I got a 53.
53. One away from a beautiful 52. As you sort of begin to access your systems, and you're kind of it's the equivalent of Reginald in his mind is just going like admin sysop, he's pulling up like a terminal, boot. But you sort of start reaching out. So this is a conversation that you're sort of having here, but it's not allowed. You guys just sort of see Reginald as kind of over on the side if anyone's even looking at him. So Reginald, what do you put out there into the corners of your systems?
I guess just reach out to, what's her name again? Her name's
Sibalia Sibiana.
Sibalia Sibiana. Just reaching out to Sibalia.
Okay.
And seeing if I know we got off on the wrong foot, but I think we could be cordial. We can share this body on some type of terms. If you're willing to help me out.
Oh, I love the idea of sharing bodies on mutually agreed to terms. What a wonderful and enlightened outlook you have. That's just beautiful.
I mean, you have such a wonderful energy. You seem like a nice person.
And your energy seems to be a pair of advanced trilithium batteries, which slowly recharge over time and faster in direct sunlight.
You noticed that.
Oh, I've been just digging into your systems like running my fingers through a fur rug on a bare skin.
That's what I felt earlier. That was you poking around.
Oh, guilty as charged.
But do you have any knowledge of occult things, being, I guess, a medium and a ghost yourself?
Well, I was more of what we call a sexual medium. Back in Voluptua, where I'm from, I would only conjure ghosts so that they could, well, You understand. And then when I became a ghost myself and got trapped aboard this train, I've mainly just been having very interesting encounters with anyone who pushes my pretty little ghost button.
Well, if you've been paying attention to the things that have been going on, do you have any insight you could potentially share with me about this?
Oh, you mean about bringing an undead back to life?
Sure.
Unfortunately, I'm not much of an expert on zombies and walking undead revenants and things like what that conductor was. I'm more about the spiritual realm and how it intersects with the physical. Now, have I ever had sex with zombies after reanimating them for the experience? Well, yes, of course. In Voluptua, we used to call that the rotten fruit package.
Oh my god.
Well, that's very open and inclusive of you. Well,
It is, but I've got to tell you, darling, I have no idea how to reanimate an undead corpse after it has had its pretty little light turned out.
Well, just stay clued into what's going on. 2 heads are better than 1, and
Oh,
lucky
believe
we're
me.
2 people in 1 head.
Believe me, if you can get more than 2 heads, it's even more delightful.
Well, just send me a message in the code if you want to talk again.
Oh, believe me, I'll ping you if anything comes to mind.
I'm gonna hang up, return to the group, and look a little bit not uncomfortable, just a little flustered. Like, sorry, everyone, just had to do some soul searching. Very, very stressful. You understand?
Yeah.
Well, what'd you learn?
I learned about the what did you say it was having sex with zombies? The rotten what?
The rotten fruit package?
That's
I learned about something called a rotten fruit package. You don't want to know.
All right. I've heard just about enough,
Yeah.
actually.
Well, I wouldn't mind learning more, but
Oh,
I'll wait till the rest of the group isn't here.
I'll tell you
I
later. It's
appreciate
not appropriate for it.
I got one
Group
more question
conversation.
for y'all. For you guys, not y'all.
I hope it's not about the rotten fruit package.
No, I don't care about that stuff. What I care about is only this. Where's your other friend, see? Where's Miss Astrid St. James? Why ain't she with you, huh?
Yes, I was wondering that myself. I haven't. She left. Yes.
Seems a little suspicious timing, doesn't it?
Oh well, she wouldn't hurt a fly.
But you know that she's not everything she appears to be, right?
nobody is.
Yeah, but she's not a human like most yous.
Okay, well,
There was something. Is the ghost inside of her did say something, or was about to say something?
The ghost inside of her, huh? Things did get a little kinky back there in your seance. Yeah. So, what did the ghost say?
I remember the ghost was like about to say something and didn't, right?
Yeah, and the medium as well was indicated. The ghost was like something. Oh, this body isn't. But the medium indicated that she's not a human.
Yes, I mean, well, yes,
And I'll even go. I'll click it further. The medium indicated she was not a humanoid, to put it in D&D terms.
Well, yes, it seemed that she was not, of the same species as myself, but that's not. I gesture at like the undead, like the undead waiter. That's not a reason to inherently mistrust someone.
yeah, neither you're not
Too
a
true.
human.
Me? No, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm just a guy trying to make my way in the world. But the point is this. She is a variety of individual being that might be able to do something of this nature. She's got some of those fiendish powers, if you understand what I'm saying.
You mean the powers of grace and class and etiquette?
More like the opposite. In any event, this has given me a lot to think about. Because there's one key question. I now cannot reveal what I thought the murders were about until I can confirm or exclude the possibility that this murder here is connected. He turns to Zeke, because you're murder. And he points to the chair where Penwith was dead. And that one's murder. They're connected. But I don't know if this one's part of it. There's layers upon layers like a stinking onion. And I forgot my crying tissues.
Okay, well, we'll leave you to solving this mystery.
Yeah, you do
because
that.
apparently you're very good at it, because you thought you had it solved before.
Oh, I
And
haven't
we're-
solved.
we're-
I haven't solved this brand new murder that just dropped in my lap. What do you want from me? I'm not a miracle worker.
I want you to tell us who did the other ones.
Well, I can't tell you that in case telling you that contaminates this one, see?
Oh my god. Okay.
I
I'm
feel
going
like
right
that
way.
just means you don't actually know, and you were just making it up that you solved the previous one.
Yeah. You think whatever you want, Toots.
Please
Sorry.
don't call me Toots.
It's been a long day. I'm calling everybody Toots. He kind of keeps looking over there. However, at this point, the door opens, sort of where the bartender went towards the front of the train. And into the room steps a figure wearing kind of black pants and a black sort of heavy coat. Does not look like a sort of servant's livery type looks much more sort of like intense and heavy. This is another, what you presume is an undead creature, but this, you only see skeleton on the face. This skeletal creature, however, has a commanding presence, and as it sort of steps in, it sort of walks into the room and says, I hear there has been a problem with our conductor. Is that correct?
Well, yeah, he's been stabbed and he's right there on the floor.
He has been
Or
stabbed.
otherwise made to cease functioning.
How very strange. I see our great detective is here and has yet to put the pieces together. Medina, go ahead.
I would like to look at the boxer to see what his read on this person is.
Okay. Make a read person or detect vibe or whatever the hell it's called roll. I guess they're both on there. Do a read person. It's the same for you, but yeah.
35? I don't know where it is on my...
So you rolled a 35. It's under your will.
That's within. Yeah.
It's within. 35 is
23
great.
is mine.
And just 4 away from a much cooler number. The boxer looks at this guy, and also with a 35 and you getting to know the boxer pretty well, the boxer has an expression in his face that's like, who the fuck is this guy?
Okay.
What? Oh, man. This was not the right place to take her. Well, damn. All right.
She'll just move closer to him.
Yeah. This person comes in and says, so, it appears our conductor has been ended.
We're going to have to go over this whole thing again with the new person.
Forgive me. This is between the train stoppage and now this rather... We understand that we here at the Dreadland Express are trying to give you world-class service. I would like to apologize that this is not the kind of murder you were all hoping for, I'm sure. This is more confusing and inconvenient rather than terrifying.
What do you mean, hoping for?
Well, obviously, if you're traveling on this train, you've come for the absolute finest in terror.
Got a
She's
point.
gonna grab the boxer's arm and say, it is based off of the fucking Orient Express.
What are you talking about? What?
I'll tell you later.
That sounds almost racist. What?
yeah, we don't use that word anymore, but it's like a story. It's like I'll tell you about it later.
In any event, I do apologize. We will get the train moving again very soon. The storm is subsiding, as are the waves. Please bear with us. We do apologize for these less than entertaining diversions, and we assure you that once we're rolling once again, we will provide you with a complimentary fright that you will all be able to savor for years to come.
What if we want to not have the fright or any more murders?
Well, you are, of course, welcome to avoid such things.
How? Also the ghosts. How do we avoid the ghosts?
Oh, well, simply don't touch the ghost button.
Can I have it disabled in my room, by any chance?
Your cabin, is your cabin the one that has been open to the elements and is flooding the car corridor?
Can I get another cabin that has the ghost button disabled?
I understand. I will see about that. We will have to get another conductor rather soon. I'm very sorry, though. In fact, we will. He kind of gestures, and like another sort of member of the staff comes over, and they start picking up the. Nick Cameron's like, "Hold on, I wasn't done investigating that. It's really not your problem. We would rather you focus on the planned murders that have occurred, the murders of passengers, rather than this murder. That's what you're here to investigate."
So was there like an
What's
is
that?
there like an opt-in checkbox on the ticket that I missed that I was like, oh yeah, I'm okay to be killed for the murder mystery on this train or something like that?
Well,
'Cause
Yeah, I
I
don't
feel
like-
like that was left out of the description.
Oh,
Yeah.
Good question.
Well, if it were an opt-in situation, no one would actually opt into it now, would they? But for the benefit of all the other passengers, and for a great story in case you either survive or are revived later, I assure you, it is well worth any risk there may be.
Revived later?
Of course, most people wealthy enough to travel on the Dreadland Express are wealthy enough to afford resurrection measures. Only for
That
the
Explain
finest.
some things. Okay. Does it hurt?
Everett, we're not paying for it. No.
How much does it cost?
How much does what cost? We don't provide resurrection.
Ah,
There are very few individuals in the Dreadlands who can, but most who ride on these trains already have those numbers. None of you can...
actually, maybe I do have that number now. Actually, I might be good.
I would imagine you do, sir. Some of our-
Medina's gonna... Do not get yourself killed. I'm not going to pay for you, or we're not going to pay for you to get resurrected. Okay,
I'm gonna-
I just want you to understand that.
I'm gonna type a wink to the ghost in my head. We're like this.
Colon and parentheses.
Yep.
Or semicolon and parentheses.
Like she's got me.
The ghost
Everett,
says...
Do
yeah,
you understand?
Well,
If you die, you're dying forever, okay? Do you understand that?
but how much
Right.
money does the boxer have?
He doesn't have enough to... It's your money.
I'm very open to new experiences, and I figure maybe dying once or twice in one's lifetime is.
Okay, you can do that on your own dime and your own time.
I
not
like the
mine.
way you live your life, Everett.
I thank
Or
you.
otherwise. The way you don't live your life.
Everybody stay out of this. This is...
Medina, I just have to give you a compliment in that through your deep depression, you made a nice rhyme. You said you can die on your own dime on your own time. And that was like, I feel like maybe you're onto something. Maybe you can write a book to help you get out of this funk that you've been in. You're
You know what?
coming out of
Maybe
it. I
I'll write a
see.
book about this whole train ride. And then
Bartender,
it'll become historical in this
Bartender.
world. and I'll be a great mystery writer. How about that? That
Just-
sounds great. I'm gonna
Just
do
don't
that.
call it the Orient Express. It's a little.
I never did that. What were
I-
you saying, Preston?
I don't know
Bartender,
where-
I'd like another bourbon, please.
Same.
The bartender has since come back into the room, having fetched this skeleton, and will sort of go back there. The skeleton, though, is sort of standing there and saying, "Well, in any event, I do so hope that you all will enjoy the remainder of your trip. We are making drinks complimentary for now. They won't be billed to your rooms. It is very rare for a dreadstorm to stop the train in this fashion. We would be embarrassed if we still had the parts of our body that could blush. I am Director Vertebral.
Nice to meet you.
I'm a high-ranking officer with the railroad. So, please know that even though these hiccups have occurred, you are in good hands, and we will do everything to make it right.
I'll have a drink.
Please. He sort of gestures to the bar. At this point, the body of the conductor, along with that knife, are being moved out. Does anybody do anything before that happens?
Drink my bourbon.
Perfect.
I want to smell the body.
Love it. Everett, you go to smell the body.
Bane!
Well, it's not every day you get to smell death.
This world?
Is there a? Oh, there is a smell.
There is, yeah.
We found out something important.
How'd you do?
Wait, what is a reroll? How does is there
You
rerolls?
You absolutely should reroll, I would say. You can spend 3 of your power and just reroll.
Okay.
I think undeads also shit themselves when they die, or is that just a living creature?
It would depend on if they'd eaten anything beforehand.
Where is the bourbon?
Some of them don't eat, if they ate a bunch of human flesh, yeah, they might
Oh.
shit out a bunch of human flesh.
Hearing Medina ask for the bourbon, can I just appear with one?
Yeah, I think the bartender is by now beginning to give drinks out to people, so yeah, you can grab one.
He takes it from the bar.
Everett, how did you
My
do? at smelling the
gentlemanly
body?
speed, like, how dare you keep this woman waiting?
I rolled a 19. I didn't make it.
Thank you.
I'm so
You're
sorry.
welcome, Miss Lake.
I'm sorry, Everett. So basically, Everett smells the corpse for nothing. You know what, though,
Well,
Everett?
well.
Well, I mean, you did get a nice whiff. Where'd you smell him? What part?
Right in the middle.
You smelled like right by the knife. Everett, I'll tell you what. Make a luck roll for me with your D13.
Absolutely.
Oh no.
Do it, Everett. Do it.
Well, that's a 12, baby.
12. A 12 is gonna be. You're gonna get a very lucky thing here. You go over and you smell, and you can't smell anything. But in the jostling, just right. What are you wearing right now, Everett?
I've got a dirty tank top and jorts and
You're
cowboy boots.
right. Okay. This gets a little. Okay. Well, you're gonna get as lucky as you can given the circumstance. You shift him, and 2 things fall out of his jacket into your cowboy boots. It's a little uncomfortable. You get some pages. You're not going to get his whole book, so you're not going to get as much information. But some pages that were in his pocket, they fall in, a little torn up because they were stabbed with a knife. But also that counter, the clicker counter, falls kind of into your boot, thunk. It's like big in there, but just no one noticed because you'd come over and smelled them, and it was weird. So you have gotten some clues off the body through dumb luck.
Everett doesn't say anything until he knows it's safe to talk about.
Okay.
But he feels really good about what just happened. Yeah, he didn't really smell like anything, y'all. I didn't get what I wanted from that, but
Of course, we're very sorry. The director Vertebral comes over to you and says, "For the record, if you want a particularly pungent haunting, something that has some real funk to it. That can be arranged, free of charge, given the inconvenience.
Okay, if you could leave me a brochure in my room, I would love to investigate.
Just click the following pattern into your ghost button.
Did you say lick the following pattern into my ghost button?
Just press the button.
Click.
Oh, well, I could do that. Okay.
If you're interested,
All right, thank you.
If you're interested in intense aromas,
Well, thank you, Mr. Intense.
Director
great.
Vertebral.
Thank you, Director Vertebrae. That sounds fantastic.
He'll sort of just move out. So you guys are left alone. Dan, would you roll a d13 for me, please?
No.
You know I would love to.
Do it, Dan, with your mouth.
Oh. I would go mouth mode on this bad boy.
One day you're gonna
Oh.
swallow it.
7.
Damn right he will.
You hear this sort of you hear this like loud like creaking sound, and you turn around, and in place, Dan, I think you'll I hope the characterization of this will be sort of limited, but Dan, you turn around and Nick Heron is gone, and in his place you see a horned goblin-like thing that is incredibly rotund, a little taller than the other goblins, probably more like the size of like a dwarf even. He has horns on his head, and kind of has his scaly skin is sort of somewhat striped. He's wearing like a big sort of, jacket that's like stretched across this huge belly, and he just kind of sits into one of the armchairs. Well, in any event, my friends, I hope that you can do some investigation into this matter for me. I must sit here and think on the matter, but hopefully you can investigate things on my behalf. Where is something to eat? I'm very hungry.
We would love to investigate things for you and get you food, but we just need to know what you suspect.
I don't want to taint your investigations by telling you my suspicions. But I don't like being, kicked out of the mystery the way that I've just been. Something interesting has happened with that conductor. I want to know what. Can someone give me some food, please? I'm very hungry.
Your voice sounds very interesting. What do you like to eat? Blood?
Blood? No, not blood. Just chicken, potatoes.
Oh, okay. That's
Mash.
fine. Get him the chicken. That's fine.
Sorry, remind us. I keep forgetting. What's your name again?
Oh, I am Claudius Tiger.
Oh. What a name.
Roman Emperor plus animal. I thought you had one of these books we were showing off recently, Dan. I might be mistaken.
I'm so confused.
You're good. It's fine. He's a very large and rotund detective who never leaves his house and just lets his man go out and do all his investigating. Named for a Roman emperor plus a predator animal. Claudius Tiger is my name. But don't worry about me. For now, just open your eyes and see what you can observe. Something about this does not sit right with me.
How many people are in the car with us? You might have said that already, but
This car, it is only the 5 of you, the boxer, Zeke, now Claudius Tiger, and one undead bartender.
Well, are there any methods of investigation you can teach us? Because you're clearly the expert.
I want you to start making inquiries with the other members of the staff. See if you can find any of them who are, shall we say, not yet dead.
Well, that's like everybody, kind of.
Well,
Or
Not
they're
gonna
like,
dead again.
precisely, not dead again.
Do you have a list?
No, I don't know the staff of this train.
Really?
Why would
You're trying to solve a mystery, a murder on a train, and you don't have a list of the employees of the train?
That murder does not interest me any longer. The murder of Penwith.
Okay,
So
but there
much
was a
more
murder on a
interest.
train, and you don't have a list of the employees? You should.
That is
How do we
for-
get it?
You will go and make it for me. If you're going to help
No,
me with
there
my
should be a
investigation.
manifest of all of the employees. You should know that. You're an investigator.
don't do his work for him.
Then
Well,
find
he's
it.
asking us to.
Yes, I'm asking you to find it for me.
Well, do you know which car we should go in first? That one or that one?
No idea.
What would you do if you were
Oh,
me?
thank you. At this point, an undead creature will sort of come in, holding a. Here you go, and we'll present him with just like a tray of soup, which Claudius Tiger will begin to eat.
Hi.
What do we
I-
ask him?
This one seems quite lazy.
Shh. Hi. I need something from you. Actually.
What?
I just want to make sure I know everybody's name on the train, just so I know who I'm interacting with. Can I get a manifest of the crew?
No.
Why not?
Most of us have names lost to the grave.
Okay, well, that's.
Do you have
do
like
want to be called?
nicknames or?
No.
Okay, well, can I get a manifest of the ones that have not had their names lost to the grave?
No. But I can bring you chocolate.
Can I get an amen?
Is that a pastry?
Well, it could be.
Then I will check.
Thank you.
She leaves.
Okay, well,
No, seems like we're not getting her name.
Is it possible to get like a custom cake with the registry of all of the crewmates like written into the frosting or something like that? Or
Brilliant. I love this.
Make
Yeah,
a
get some-
charm roll under your will.
Preston have good charm.
no, it's horrible actually.
Do you want to widen your gauge for this roll? You want to spend power to widen your gauge?
Yeah. How much power do I start with?
Also, everyone
Oh,
regain
okay.
1 power right now. We'll say that some time has passed.
Of course.
Yeah. How much do I get to widen my gauge? Just one per 1 power, or?
I believe you will spend 2 power and we'll roll a d10, and you'll increase your gauge by
Okay.
whatever we roll.
Yes, I will do that.
Love it. All right, roll a d10.
7.
Yay! All right, so you got a 17 for this one roll only.
Okay.
So make your charm.
Charmer Preston.
37. I don't think that's enough.
37 is enough, only
Oh, it
because you
is.
widened your gauge.
Hey, let's go.
A 39 would have been so much better, but 37's
Mm-hmm.
fine. So, because you widen your gauge, you turn on the charm, and she says, I'll ask. And then she goes back to the kitchens.
What you cut out? Sorry.
Oh, she says she'll ask, but in like a creepy way. Yeah.
Wonderful. Wow, I was mostly joking. I didn't expect that to work.
What can I say? You were quite charming.
No, that is good thinking. When in doubt, have someone bring you the clues in the form of delicious food when you're in a comfortable chair. Why would you ever leave a good chair? That's what I would do.
You're a very hands-off detective.
Well, I can do all of my thinking from here. If I have people I can trust doing the investigation part, gathering information, speaking to people.
okay.
Well, I didn't leave.
I have a question for everybody else. Has anybody had a living being serve them anything, or come to their room, or have they interacted with anyone?
You mean a
Who is-
non-undead person?
Yeah.
No.
No.
So far, it's just been undead.
Okay. Everett?
Well, I haven't been here very long, and I haven't been paying a lot of attention, so I don't know.
Fair enough. Okay, neither have we. So then the living people must be somewhere else. They must not be, bartenders or waiters or turn-down service.
There are other passengers in the lower class cars.
Yeah. Also, wasn't that spirit medium guy living?
He
What?
was.
Yeah, remember the
What?
That's true.
What? Someone else died?
Oh yeah, she wasn't there for that.
Oh, right. Yeah, there was a dead person.
Oh, I didn't know that
my
he
God.
died. We talked to him for like 5 seconds. We thought his turban was a little. Come on, man.
Well,
That doesn't seem.
in
okay.
any case, I think his face blew up. So there you go.
Hmm.
Right, that did happen.
All right, so that's one living person. Although
Oh,
maybe he's not
well-
really part of the crew. Maybe he's just like,
Well,
like is a masseuse a hotel employee, or is it just someone who works at the hotel giving massages? You know what I mean?
okay, so
Because in
okay.
Voluptua, anyone
Oh,
will give you any kind of massage you ever ask for.
So, Miss Lake, are you suggesting we find some more living people on
Yeah,
the train?
but who else works on a train? The engineers, the
Conductor is dead.
the conductor is dead. Yeah, and wait, was the conductor undead?
Well, he was undead.
The conductor
undead.
was a.
He's dead again.
Well, and there's people that shovel coal, I think, on trains. At least
The
I've
engineers.
read that in books. No, they drive the train. There's somebody that shovels the coal that helps the engineer.
No, operators drive the train.
No, it's the same. It's a synonym.
Operators and engineers.
Yeah, it's a synonym.
The fireman or the stoker are the
Oh,
ones
you-
who put the.
Fireman, I love that name.
I must say, you two argue like a married couple.
Oh, he's not.
Yeah, I'm spoken for. I can't talk about it though.
You know what? Actually, at this point in time, I understand what you're talking about, Everett. Me too.
Oh God.
Someone, I get it.
Okay, so do we go to the front of the train?
Well, yeah, we either go to the front or the back, and the front sounds good to me.
Frank?
What?
The boxer.
Oh,
Frank.
What?
Your
What's
new
up?
name is Frank. In case
Oh
you
yeah,
forgot.
she keeps calling me that. I'm telling her I don't have a
Because
name.
I feel weird calling you the boxer.
You know, well, I feel weird doing everything you tell me to do all the time because you're so
You're,
bossy.
I'm asking. This is a question.
What is your question? Oh my God.
Should we go try to find living people in the front of the train, because that seems to be the only other place that employees would be?
Why do you want to find living people?
Oh my gosh, have you not been listening?
I said the thing about how the guy was alive. I just don't know why you care. Who's alive? What are you trying to do?
Find other living crew members.
Why? Like, what does that give us? I feel like you're
Like,
just
what else
poking
are we
around
gonna
and we're
do?
gonna get in trouble.
Okay,
why don't we
fine.
just follow this guy's lead and just sit here and not leave this room and let him bring us stuff?
Okay, fine. I guess we're sitting here then. That's
No.
not a dig at you. You're right. You're right. I don't want to get in any trouble. I'm
Sorry,
gonna
and
sit
why
here
is Zeke being so quiet, by the way?
I don't know. What were you eating?
Are you talking to the detective?
Oh, I thought you were the boxer eating.
well,
He's just wondering why Zeke's so quiet. Reginald, go ahead.
well, if possible, Miss Lake, I would like to explore the train
Okay,
to
well,
find Miss St. James.
okay. Well, you guys have fun. We're staying here.
We can go. Oh my God,
No,
Medina.
I'm not saying we have to go. You're right. You're I don't want to get in any more trouble. I don't want
If
to
you
end
want,
up in the ocean
if you
again.
people want to solve the
Whatever.
murder, I would need you to go for me.
What benefit do we have for solving the murder?
Exactly.
The reward of knowledge.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah, we're
So
definitely staying here.
maybe preventing any of us from getting murdered at a future point in
Right,
time.
do we get like an exemption from future murders if we solve this murder, or?
Certainly something strange has happened on this train. This murder has been committed outside of... Clearly, Penwith's murder was part of their design. The death of the conductor was not. That is interesting. And yes, perhaps would keep you safer to know what really happened.
Do you have a list of people who were supposed to die?
What? Oh, I don't know. I'm a passenger.
No,
Well-
you're a part of the whole shtick.
No, I'm a passenger on the train.
No, you're a part of the storyline. There's a storyline. He said so.
The storyline is that they kill passengers.
It seems you might need to workshop that storyline.
No, because I'm on the train, they've made it extra complicated.
Okay, so what if we kick you off the train?
It would probably
Does it get more simple?
I suppose it might, but then you won't have my mind to help you solve whatever.
You're
else
not
is
helping
here.
anyway.
Can Preston just like pick him up?
This one is actually a bit heavier, but go ahead and make a lift.
Comes
roll.
off of a hand.
Sure, yeah. Pull it back.
What would I be rolling for this?
It's lift. It's under physicality.
Okay.
It's like the third one.
Cool. I'm good at that, I guess.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and roll and tell me what you do. But because he's pushing back, there's going to be a little bit of a shrinking of your gauge.
52.
Well, 52, my friend, is a success, but is also a multiple of 13. So roll your D13.
Do it, Preston. Do it.
A 1.
A 1. Well, very good. Thank you, Jeremy. So, you do manage to lift him. And he's, oh, what are you doing? But lifting him up is so sort of like disruptive to him that I need you to roll a D13 again.
Of course you do. An 8.
All right. So we're just going forward just a little bit from... Thank you. So you pick him up, and like his weight is so like whatever, and you like start to pull back, and then suddenly, Preston, I'm just gonna actually just look at your... I'm going to roll against your thing here. I'm gonna shrink his gauge by, okay? And then I'll shrink it by another gauge. It's because you're at a 23. Okay, so then... So suddenly, Preston, go look at your vitality, roll a resist injury.
What the?
Okay. 62.
A 62, you are
That is-
within. Okay, so you
Yeah.
will only lose one, so lose 1 power.
Okay.
As you take a preposterous gloved punch to the face, as you picked up this kind of like rotund, heavy goblin thing, and suddenly black leather cape and like bird cowl face has like punched you in the face and has flipped like back into like a stance and just says, "I am the knight."
Is that how you greet everybody?
Only people who try to throw me off a train.
Well, to be fair, I wasn't trying to... Actually, you're not going to understand anyways. Yeah, I definitely tried to throw you off. I apologize.
Good. Because we don't have time for this. We have a murder to solve. A new murder.
At least this one's more active.
Indeed. We have to find one goddamn living person on the crew of this train.
Where do we find them?
Exactly. Where do we find them? You're the only one who gets it. And then he turns to Medina, or he turns to Zeke and goes, "And don't worry, we're still gonna solve your murder. We're gonna solve all the murders. We're gonna end crime. We're gonna end dread. We're gonna do it all. I'm the Raven Man.
Okay.
Who's with me?"
I'm not sure if this one's better or worse than the last one.
At least this one might move around.
That's fair.
Come on.
We're with you, Raven
Highly
Man.
motivated.
This room smells like soup. Let's get the hell out of here. And he swishes his cape. And you guys hear this like boom, boom, boom. And suddenly everything's shot on IMAX. And as Raven Man bids you to help him on an investigation, this is where we're going to end tonight's session.
Raven Man.
Raven Man.
I'm Raven Man.
I
really like-
Raven Man.
Medina was going through it today.
When is Medina ever not going through it on this train?
That is
So
true.
true.
He just wants to end crime and dread.
Good
I
for
mean,
him.
it's not a bad goal.
Where is the dread going?
Swear to me.
Swear to me.
My parents are dead.
Listen to me. If your parents were dead like mine are.
I don't know if you caught the first time they showed up, like Raven Man showed up. I was like, okay, so this is either based on Batman, Rorschach, or Clint Eastwood.
I heard you say it for sure.
Okay.
I
I
heard you
just
say
wanted everyone to acknowledge how funny that was.
Lauren is referencing from some. It's a real guys. This is a real 2009 joke for you. Was I think it was on. I heard a clip of it and then I would just do it all the time, like not knowing the source material. But there was some joke where somebody did a conversation between Rorschach from Watchmen, Batman from the Christian Bale movies, and Clint Eastwood, I think from Gran Torino.
Yes.
And the joke is it is 3 indistinguishable voices. So you do a lot of like, I'm tired of you saying stuff like this. Shut up, Rorschach. No, I'm Batman. Oh, I'm sorry. My eyes aren't good because I'm an old man. I'm Clint Eastwood. No, you're not. I'm Clint Eastwood. Oh, shit. Sorry, right, I'm Batman. Sorry. That kind of stuff.
Peak
Guys,
comedy.
real funny. Oh my god. So anyway, well, great session tonight, everybody. The last one so couple of things. Also a thing I don't even think I told you because Austrian meant to tell you. 2 things. 1, Claudius Tiger. Anybody figure it out? Nero Wolf.
Never heard of the guy.
Oh, I swear I thought you were holding up a Nero Wolf book one time when we were talking about murder mystery stuff. Never mind. I was thinking of a different thing.
I think somebody commented that in chat.
Nero Wolf is a detective from like
Yeah,
from a lot
Sophia
of like
did.
books and stuff. Yeah. And the idea of Nero Wolf is that he is this brilliant mind and he just sits at his house and eats soup all day, or kind of just like eats stuff, and he figures stuff out and sends his like agents out to do everything, and he's just kind of this,
Good
but
for
he's-
him.
But he's also like really big and he's very strong in a few instances. And of course, Raven Man is based on the movie Birdman.
It was based on Nick Saban.
It's based on Nick Saban. Thank you. That's good. It's good college football reference. Also though, I do want to share this because I haven't even told the players this. Sibalia Sibiana is based on someone. Sibalia Sibiana is based on a woman who came to my all-boys high school, a poet who came to be a speaker to us, and she got on stage and she was like she was real like retiree, like really getting into crystals and like in like Santa Fe vibes, and she was like so like aggressively sexual, and she was like, oh, everybody, welcome to this poetry symposium. I just want everyone to feel my words. And it was like, we're just like, what is going on? And then she recited a poem about boys building a woman out of mud and fucking it.
What was with the adults at your school?
That's formative.
It was, and we were all
It was
just
a
like,
private school.
but I remember that and
I
then she
went to
also,
private school too.
then
Wasn't
she also
that weird?
came to one of our classes and like talked just to our class, to one of our like our English classes, and she was doing all this weird stuff. But like one of the ways she did her poem that I just cannot remember, and that's why I keep doing one little thing with her, is at one point she was saying like, and when your hands touch mine, I am on fire. And I just thought it was the funniest thing. So I literally, so like for many months after that, I would just go, "This is on fire."
I don't know what's scarier to believe, that you pull these creatures out of your head or that you actually experienced them in real life.
God.
Like,
And here's the thing.
He's playing out his trauma.
Here's the interesting thing. At the
Play therapy
time,
for him.
as like a horny like teenager, some part of me like really wanted to fuck that old lady, and now I do again. So there was a long period where I didn't, right? So I'm coming back into my younger self, because what I share with me at like 16 is, oh my god, it would be really fun to just.
You should look her up.
I should. God, I bet
She's
it would
out
be-
there.
I bet it would be such a bummer. So much sun damage. Well, anyway, that's what That's what that was. I don't remember her name. Is part of the problem. Can I post who all the detectives are on the Discord? I can post. I will post the revealed ones, I think, on Discord. So far, we have seen Morecastle Clark, Monsieur Pomme. We have seen. Just marking down the ones we saw today. We have seen Morecastle Clark, Monsieur Pomme. We've seen Miss Penelope Berrycloth based on Miss Marple. We've now seen Nick Heron. We have interestingly seen 1 through 5. Morecastle Clark, Monsieur Pomme, Miss Penelope Berrycloth, now Nick Heron, and Diana Dare. We have not seen 6, but we have seen 7 and 8, Claudius Tiger and Raven Man. So
I wonder if one of them is based on Tintin.
No one's based on Tintin. That would be good. Guys,
Damn.
I now that I'm looking at it, the most preposterous... Oh, people will really be excited about number 10. But actually, number 11 will probably not be recognizable, but I will think is really funny that I'm doing number 11.
Are any of them based off of Detective Conan?
No.
Damn.
Sorry.
Okay.
They're all based on detectives, but no. They also are going, for the record, they're going in chronological order of appearance. Just so you know. Well, thank you so much for watching, everybody. If you'd like to interact with us, please go to our Discord. If you'd like to watch old episodes, go to our YouTube, aka the Dream Factory.
Wow.
If you'd like to read up on all these new games, I know we have like more and more of the series have sort of recaps and stuff in them, which is really cool. So you can go to the wiki that Sophia et al. Have put together. We have other games. On Sunday, we are back with Here Be Dragons. Monday, we might be back with Theme Party, except for how we might not be because it is a holiday. So some people might still be traveling for that. Come to think of it, it's a holiday weekend, so I'm going to downgrade Here Be Dragons to a 90%. Now that I think about it.
I'm not going to post the schedule in the chat because everything is changing.
No, it's not changing too much. Then Wednesday, we're back with... Okay, so actually, I don't know what game it is on Wednesday either. We will play on Wednesday, but I can't tell you what. It might be Lost Lore Academia. It might be Top Flight Tales. I don't know. And then a week
Follow us and make sure you get notifications.
No, post the schedule.
But also, I haven't updated it.
Oh, yeah, it's all changed. I see what you're saying. I'm so sorry. You're right. So,
You
yeah.
have to remind me of that, too.
Well, I do, but also...
No, you don't.
No, I know I do.
Need to remind me, but... Guys, we're doing great.
Oh, my lord. So, all that stuff. Do we have people to thank? I believe we have some people to thank in chat.
We have Tanawana Banana followed us this evening. Thank you, Tanawana Banana.
Love that.
That was very kind of you. We're happy to see you here. A Stream of May started the evening, sharing 10 bits. Thank you so much, A Stream of May. It's good to see you in chat today. RC Chick has been here for 4 months.
That's
It's
awesome.
been 4 months already.
Oh, no.
Good to see you again in chat.
Please go home. Your family misses you. It's been 4 months.
Yes.
They're looking for you.
Yes. And then last but not least, Fablemancers just followed 1 minute ago. Thank you,
Whoa.
Fablemancer. Thank you for joining us.
Welcome to email alerts. You'll have to
Also,
silence.
shout out to my cousin who's been watching.
Oh, shout out.
I won't say who it is because he doesn't want to be called out.
Fair enough. Well, then I feel like what you're doing now is bad.
Well, I'm not saying who it is.
Could be
but I
anybody.
love you, cousin.
So would anyone here? Obviously, please follow everyone's social medias. They do cool stuff. If they don't have their social medias out there, I think everyone here does. But follow them, give them a follow, etc., etc. Check out what they're up to. Would anybody like to plug anything in particular over this next week?
I will be streaming on Thursday at 7:30 a scary game, as usual.
It's called
but
Classrooms?
also called The Classrooms. There's a scary doll that chases me, and I can't open doors in this game because I'm not coordinated enough with my fingies. But also, I'm going to be streaming intermittently in between playing comfort games and just talking. So follow me.
I was about to sneeze, but I didn't. Very good, everyone. Follow.
Oh, I thought you were
follow.
stopping. Okay.
No. Anybody else? Awesome. Well, thank you all so much. Hey, you know what's interesting, by the way? For those of you who watch multiple of our streams, something very crazy happened on Wednesday in terms of characters who have finally been summoned, meaning that Dan won't have to leave the channel after all. But it didn't seem to have any effect here, because she's already here. But I wonder where it will have an effect.
I don't know.
I know she's right there also.
She sounded.
So, this was also requested here in chat, I saw a moment ago. So I'm gonna wait, but am I supposed to just say the thing? Because I feel like this is not Raven Man energy. It's Elbrand energy, not Raven Man. Because Raven Man's 3 words would probably be different.
I am the knight.
Yeah.
Before.
I'm Raven Man.
I am justice.
Yeah, Raven Man would look at criminals and just go, 3 words. I am Raven Man.
Like, stop hitting yourself.
Stop. Oh, actually, no. I have to make it. It could be more similar to it. So, because Elbrand's 3 words were, "You are amazing," but Raven Man's 3 words could be, "You are arrested." Get it? Because it's like symmetry. Everybody, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, have a dreadful night. Ooh.